Hello everyone, you're welcome to the third episode of the Mass GH Engineering Challenge. We have our third contestant here who is going to tell us his name, his program and year.
My name is Idem Kora Frank Chinonso. I'm a mechanical engineer year two.
Okay, Frank, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so without wasting much time, I'm going to tell him the rounds in this challenge. Okay, we have 4 rounds, round 1, round 2, 3 and 4. Round 1 is general knowledge, round 2 is pick and solve, round 3 is true or false, and then round 4 is the practical round. So before we start the first round, I'm going to present you with 20 exercise books. And I'm going to ask you questions, and if you get a question wrong, I'll take one exercise book from you. So at the end of the competition, the number of exercise books you have remaining belongs to you. So you're going to start with the first one, which is the general knowledge in engineering. You have 30 seconds to answer non-calculation questions and 60 seconds to answer calculation questions. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your first question. In a series circuit with 3 resistors, 2 ohms, 3 ohms, and 5 ohms, what is the total resistance?
10 ohms.
10 ohms. Okay, that's correct. The second question. What are the roots of the quadratic equation x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0?
The roots are 6 and minus 1.
No. You have one more chance.
The roots are 3 and 2.
Okay, that's correct. Okay. The third question. An ideal gas is held at a constant temperature. If the volume is halved, what happens to the pressure?
It doubles.
It doubles. That's correct. Okay. The fourth question. Water flows steadily through a horizontal pipe. If the velocity at point 1 is 3 meters per second and at point 2 is 6 meters per second, what happens to the pressure at point 2 compared to point 1, neglecting friction?
The pressure at point 2 increases relative to point 1.
No, that's wrong. So I'm going to take one book from you. The last question for this round. What is the significance of the Reynolds number in aerodynamics and how does it affect flow patterns?
The Reynolds number is used to determine whether a flow is either laminar or turbulent.
Okay, I'm going to give you that. That's correct. So at the end of round 1, I got just one book and Frank has 19 books. So we are going to proceed to the second round, which is the pick and solve round. Okay, so we are going to start with the second round of the challenge. So this is the pick and solve round, and we have 3 sets of questions here. 2 are his favorite subjects, which are basic mechanics and dynamics of solid mechanics. And his challenging subject is basic electronics. So I'm going to give him the chance to pick among these 3 sets of questions. The one that he's going to pick, we are going to ask him 5 questions from that set. So Frank, you can choose one. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, basic electronics, which is a challenging subject. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions from this set of questions. Okay. So your first question. To increase the conductivity of an intrinsic semiconductor, one can introduce an impurity in a process known as
Doping.
doping. That's correct. The second question. How does temperature affect the conductivity of a semiconductor?
As the temperature of the semiconductor increases, the amount of charge carriers increases, therefore the conductivity increases.
Okay, that's correct. The third question. The intrinsic carrier concentration of silicon at 300 Kelvin is 1500 cubic centimeter. What is the number of electrons and holes in an intrinsic semiconductor?
It's coming in the question.
Okay. After reading it this time around, I'm not going to repeat it again. The intrinsic carrier concentration of silicon at 300 Kelvin is 1500 cubic centimeter. What is the number of electrons and holes in the intrinsic semiconductor? Okay, your time is up. So the number of electrons and holes will be the same as the intrinsic carrier concentration, which is 1500 cubic centimeters. I'm going to take one more book from you. Okay, the fourth question. What is the SI unit for inductance?
Henry.
Okay, that's correct. The last question for this round. What is the function of a diode?
The function of a diode is to allow currents to flow in only one direction.
Okay, that's correct. So this brings us to the end of the second round. So at the end of the second round, I have just two exercise books and Frank has 18 exercise books. So you are going to proceed to the third round, which is the true or false round. Okay, so we are now at the third round of the challenge, which is the true or false round. So Frank, I'm going to ask you 5 questions in this round, then you have to tell me whether the statement is true or false. You have 30 seconds to start providing your answers. The first question. Centripetal acceleration is directed away from the center of rotation. True or false?
False.
Okay, that's correct. The second question. Angular momentum is conserved if no external torque acts on a body. True or false?
True.
Okay, that's correct. The third question. Entropy of an isolated system can decrease over time. True or false?
False.
Okay, that's correct. The fourth question. If a function is differentiable at a point, it must also be continuous at that point. True or false?
True.
Okay, that's correct. The last question for this round. Stress concentration occurs at points of discontinuity such as holes and notches. True or false?
True.
Okay, that's true. So Frank got all the questions correct at the end of this round. So I'm going to proceed to the final round, which is the practical round. Okay, guys, so you're now at the final round of the challenge, and you're going to give Frank a task to perform within 5 minutes. So, Frank, your task. You are to design a system that measures room temperature and displays the value on an LCD screen. Your 5 minutes starts from now. Okay, guys, so Frank is done with his setup and he's going to explain to us what he built and then how he built it.
Okay, this is a temperature sensor, and the main purpose of this is to measure the temperature of the environment. The components that are used were the LCD screen, the DHT11, which is also the temperature sensor, the Arduino board, and the codes. So basically, this sensor over here, to measure the ambient temperature, the temperature of the environment, and to send it into the Arduino board, and to go through some processes, and the results will be printed on the LCD screen. Currently, we are reading a temperature of 31.30 degrees Celsius.
Okay, guys, so Frank was able to finish his setup within the 5 minutes and everything is working perfectly. So currently the temperature in our room now is 31.3 degrees Celsius. Frank, you've done well. But I have two more questions for you. The first question, in what real life situations could this system be used?
Okay, the real world application of this system are the thermostats, where it's used in factories and homes to measure the temperature of the environment, and it can be used in automobile or cars, can be used in the manufacturing industry, HVAC systems.
Okay, all right, that's good. So what's the name of the temperature sensor you used?
The name is the DHT11.
DHT11.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You're able to answer all the questions I asked them. Also, you finished your setup within time. So I'm going to return the two books I took from you to you. Okay, so guys, that's the end of the fourth round. And at the end of the fourth round, Frank won all the 20 books. So we are going to give him all the 20 exercise books. Okay, so Frank, for participating in this challenge, Mass GH is going to give you a diary, two pens. These two pens are from Sambex Enterprise, a bookshop close to Sharma Boys, just at the junction leading to White House Postal. You can get your exercise books, your pens, and any stationery from them. And also, we are going to give you this glue gun here, which you can use for electronic components, and 3 glue sticks. All right. Frank, thank you very much for joining us. Okay. So guys, that's the end of this episode. See you in the next